There Will Never Be a Nigger in SAE. The song traveled from the Caribbean to the University of Oklahoma, where it was repeated behind closed doors at its SAE chapter before going viral in March 2015, when two drunk members on a bus were caught singing it on a cell phone video that horrified the world. Just 5 months later, on the August leadership cruise, members of SAE, including several dozen African Americans, gathered in the ship's Broadway-style main theater to hear Bill Dorfman, a motivational speaker and dentist to the stars, known for his on-air makeovers on The Oprah Winfrey Show. Dorfman dropped the names of celebrities such as Lindsay Lohan and Jessica Simpson. He showed a picture of his rippling 50-something physique featured in a men's magazine. He recounted how he turned a knack for self-promotion into a $200 million a year business and stormed the New York Times bestseller list by buying copies of his own book. "People always say money doesn't make you happy," he thundered into a microphone. "I say, BS, it makes you really happy." The crowd roared, perhaps forgetting that the true gentleman does not flatter wealth, cringe before power, or boast of his own possessions or achievements. Later in the voyage, a 35-year-old father of 4 daughters took the stage to teach etiquette for a true gentleman. He was known as Boomer, though his full name was Blaine K. Ayers, and he held the grand title of Eminent Supreme Recorder of SAE, what most organizations would call executive director. Ayers, a blonde, boyish figure, a former homecoming king who married a sorority girl, wore a crisp gray suit, white shirt, and baby blue bow tie. "Good manners will open doors that the best education cannot," he said, the soft vowels of his native Kentucky floating like a mist from a bygone era. "A gentleman," he said, "opens doors for a lady. He rises when a woman approaches a table. He stands to her right on a sidewalk. At parties, he holds a drink in his left hand, so the right is free to greet others. No matter how hot, he never loosens his necktie or removes his suit jacket. He pens handwritten thank you notes. You should be a better man than you were when you woke up in the morning," Ayers told his protégés. In another room aboard the vessel, Russell Best faced the challenge of teaching 19th century manners to 21st century bros in the age of Tinder. In a class about preventing sexual assault, Best, a former president of his chapter at the University of Cincinnati, began with the basics, words to avoid. Hitting it, slut, hoe, stud, stallion, and fraternity slam piece. Words matter, Best told the young men as he strained to reach them in their own language. "The way we talk about sex sounds kind of rapey," said Best, who worked for the fraternity's national office. "How many of you think that drunken hookups are part of college life?" All 20 members of the audience raised their hands. "How many of you have gotten so drunk that you woke up in bed with someone and you didn't know what happened the night before?" Just about everyone assented. Best urged the men to reconsider such behavior. Colleges, or the police, could accuse them of rape if a woman was too drunk to give consent. A junior from Indiana University complained about what he saw as a double standard in sexual assault. "Why is it always the dude's fault when both people are drunk?" Another class revealed the unholy trinity of fraternity life: racial insensitivity, dangerous drinking, and misogyny. Brandon Weghorst, the fraternity's communications chief, called it PR nightmare, our public image exposed. He flashed photos on a screen, a growing collection he kept as a cautionary tale for occasions like these. Strippers in front of a chapter house, a Confederate battle flag, a brother pouring vodka down a young woman's throat. Rush SAE painted across naked breasts, a fraternity recruitment phenomenon called rush boobs, and a couple of unofficial creeds painted on rocks and walls, the proud handiwork of the late teenage mind uncluttered with ideals of honor and virtue. SAE, work hard, play hard.